Disney built a realistic lightsaber. Oh shit. What the
This
hell?
is the world's most realistic lightsaber. And I'm holding it because today I got the chance to go behind the scenes with Walt Disney Imagineering, the place where Disney brings their craziest ideas to life, from stunt robots to a real-life version of the Force to these adorable little droids. We explore how technology can improve people's lives by living longer, going farther. But the reason that I've loved Disney since I was a kid is that they use tech to improve lives a different way, by making people happy. And that means that they're pushing forward what tech can do in some really crazy, unexpected ways. So let me take you inside the magic to show you the cutting-edge tech that Disney is building, how it really works, and what happens when we put it to the test. Let's do this.
This is what we call our Imagineering department, where we dream up our new projects.
Oh, that's cool. When Walt Disney started building Disneyland, he needed people to help him build rides and robots and castles, every aspect of this new kind of park. He needed people who would think outside the box. Their job was to imagine ways to bring the magic of Disney to life. So Walt called them Imagineers. Today, the Imagineers have built these legendary parks all around the world, and they constantly come up with new ideas for them here in their research and development lab.
Let's take a walk through R&D. This way. Let's take a walk through R&D.
Come on with us right this way. We have some friends we want you to meet. These are the latest and greatest BDX units.
Hello, how are you? Can I give you a little boop?
Go for it.
For this show, I've gotten to meet some very cool robots that can walk over uneven ground or get pushed or even open
That's
doors.
crazy.
But what makes these droids different is their personality. They're just so cute. And that cuteness comes down to a bunch of very specific design and engineering decisions, from how this robot walks to how it does this little shimmy. These droids aren't autonomous. They're told exactly where to go by a person holding this console. So, of course, I wanted to try it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a little dance. I'm gonna move his head around. Can I try tantrum?
Bro, they're smooth, huh?
Get angry for a second.
Yeah. How do I ask him to walk?
Tap and then move the stick forward or any direction. Yep, there you go.
Ooh.
Bro, look how
Hi.
they
Understand
move
that
so
I'm telling the
well.
droid what to do. Walk here, throw a tantrum. But I'm not telling it how to do that. The actual way that it responds to me comes down to its training. Using ducklings as inspiration, Disney Imagineers created a series of animations, like in a Disney movie, for how the robot should walk or jump or shimmy. Then they put a digital version of the robot into a simulation. Most of the time when robots are trained this way, they're given a goal, and then they're rewarded based on how well they meet that goal under different circumstances. So for example, walk from A to B over different terrain. This is reinforcement learning.
So we actually have some live training going on our computers right now. So that's what you're seeing here is the thousands and thousands of robots trying different things, stumbling a little bit and trying something different.
In this
Yeah,
case though,
facts.
the droids are rewarded not just for walking from A to B, but also for how closely they follow the animations while they do that. In these digital worlds, they can get way more reps than they would in the physical world, and they don't get damaged. Then the Imagineers upload that training to the physical robots, and they test them with these cute little harnesses, until eventually the droids are ready to go out into the world all on their own. Well, with help. These are not the robots that are most likely to be doing your laundry or working in a factory in the future. But their design means that they're on the cutting edge of robotics in a different way.
In a world that uses more and more robotics, how we feel about something, whether or not we feel something is cute, whether we feel something is well-intentioned as opposed to scary, matters a lot for how much humans want to interact with robots. And that also must make the development, probably more fun, but also by definition more difficult because the reinforcement learning has two.
Man, I gotta take a second to show y'all this. Look what my son just texted me. Look what my son is listening to. Man, shout out to my boy. My boy's such a good kid, y'all. He's such a good kid. 14. Oh, and he's almost done with How to Win Friends and Influence People. I can't wait to talk to him about it. He didn't tell me he was listening to this either. Man, I'm so proud of him. All right, let's get back to this video. I'm sorry.
It has don't fall, but it also has be cute
That
about it.
feels
That's
good.
what's really challenging about a lot of
feels
Imagineering
good.
projects is we don't want our guests to see technology. We want them to fall in love with a character and feel things.
I did feel things. It's hard not to love these little droids. If you want to know more about how they're made to look so real, my friend Michelle Carre is making a video all about what it takes to become an Imagineer for her show Challenge Accepted. And if you're really lucky, you might spot these droids walking around in a Disney park. Eventually, though, I had to leave my new friends
I have to go now. Bye, guys.
because I have something else to try.
We have made the most realistic, expandable, extendable lightsaber ever.
That's Lanny Smoot. He's one of the world's most famous Imagineers. He holds over 100 patents, including for this lightsaber.
I'm gonna
won't
allow
regret it,
you
Travis.
to extend and retract it.
Oh, he has the patent for this lightsaber?
A very expensive prop. No, this is a prop, so we're gonna be very careful with it once it's extended. And this is the button that you push to extend it. I'm gonna stand back just so that.
So I just.
Oh yeah, just that.
So fire.
Oh, that's cool.
The light is crazy.
This felt as cool as I thought it would, and it looked as real up close as it does on camera. In the Star Wars universe, of course, these Jedi weapons work by channeling energy through a crystal to create a blade that can cut through basically anything. In our universe, filming the Star Wars movies, actors used these fighting prop sticks, and then visual effects artists painstakingly added the glow in post-production. But for Disney parks, they somehow needed to make lightsabers real. And that was Lanny's job.
How does it work?
So the challenge when you're making a prop for a performer is that it has to look like what we see in the movies. And you remember in the movies, flashing light extends that can cut through all sorts of things. Well, we don't cut through all sorts of things, but we did want smooth extension of the blade.
It's that smooth extension that isn't possible with lightsaber toys that I've seen before.
Our lightsaber unrolls from internal motors that are pushing it out. And that was important for our performers to really look like Jedi Knights.
The lightsaber has a clear cap with two long translucent tapes attached to it that unroll from inside the lightsaber, allowing it to extend upward. As they extend out of the hilt, the tapes bend into a concave shape to create a rigid blade. And on those tapes are a series of bright LEDs. They had to program those LEDs to make that realistic lightsaber glow.
It knows what angle you're moving through, and it's going to blink its lights a little bit to give it the feeling that it has moved from place to place. And we're also strobing it a little bit in general to give the life of flickering power.
If two people have them, can the blades touch each other?
This one is not used for battle. We have a stand-in for it when we have to have our stars moving it around quickly. This is more for the extension and retraction.
So I should not,
You should
not touch it.
It's
Much
tape.
like a real lightsaber.
Yes, you don't want to get burned.
Of course.
Right? Of course.
Even though I now understood how they were doing this, it still felt like magic. Like you can see, the kid in me is just mesmerized. And just when I thought I couldn't feel any more powerful, they showed me how to use the Force.
And of course, you can go left and right if you like.
They should just make this.
You're strong.
That should literally be part of the theme park where somebody could just go to Disney, go to the to Star Wars World, and get to do stuff like that.
With the Force.
I can't keep a straight face, I'm sorry.
All right, there you are. That's a serious Jedi. Yes.
I take my responsibilities.
What a job. What an amazing.
But hang on, how am I doing this? First, that camera right there is recording my hand movements from above. And there's another bit of magic on the floor. Hang on a sec. So I just got back from the UK where I was training to drive a real Formula E car. No joke. And while I was there, I was also using the sponsor.
All right, that was cool, man. That was cool to see. I like how, man, the technology, how they did it. If they could do that in mass production, people would pay. I think people would pay more than $1,000 for that thing. What do y'all think? I feel like I would buy one. I'd buy one for the shop. The amount of people that would love, would see that and would be so happy. All right, I want to watch this with Robin Hood CEO. You guys know I invest in Hood. Right now, I've been selling puts on Hood for, I don't know, over a month now. Right now, I'm 33% up on this put that I sold, but I collected $936 in premium. So that's really cool. But apparently the CEO, because I don't know if you guys saw, Trump had like some investor day thing. So the CEO of Robinhood, who very controversial, you guys remember when the GameStop thing happened, man, he was one of the most hated people in America, probably getting death threats and everything. But let's hear what he has to say about Investment Day, and let's see if he mentions anything with Robinhood, because we sell puts on Robinhood because we like the company. We like the product.